Must versus should versus may. Write testable specs. Fast guide. Welcome. Today we'll make your specs clearer and your releases calmer by mastering must, should, and may. Precise wording turns requirements into testable statements, so QA knows exactly what to verify. Ambiguous language invites different interpretations, leading to bugs, rework, and schedule slips. When we choose a modal verb on purpose, we set expectations for priority, enforcement, and exceptions. Think of modality as the contract between product, engineering, and QA. It decides what absolutely happens, what ideally happens, and what can happen. Let's sharpen your specs so they drive predictable delivery. Use must for requirements that are mandatory, with zero wiggle room. If the system doesn't do this, the test must fail. No partial credit. These items protect safety, legal compliance, security, or core functionality. Example: passwords must be hashed with algorithm X. If someone ships without it, the build should block or the release should halt. Treat must like a gate. Pass or stop. Avoid mixing soft language around it. No, ideally, or when possible. If you truly mean always, write must and make the acceptance test strict. Use should for the preferred behavior that improves usability, performance, or interoperability, but allows documented exceptions. Example: responses should include compression when payloads exceed 100 kilobytes. If a deviation occurs, say, a constrained device, record the reason, scope, and impact. Tests still validate the default behavior and verify the rationale when it's not followed. The rule of thumb: if an engineer deviates from a should, reviewers shouldn't be surprised. They should see a clear note explaining why, when, and how risk is mitigated. Use may for features that are permitted but not required. There is no failure if the capability is absent. Teams can ship without it. Example: clients may support dark mode. QA only tests this if the feature is implemented. Otherwise, it's out of scope. May empowers teams to innovate without committing to timelines or maintenance. Be explicit about any interactions. If a may feature exists, specify how it behaves with must rules. Keep it optional in both code and tests. No hidden dependencies that accidentally make it required. Model your sentences so testers can assert them directly. For must, the API must return 200 on success. That's clear, measurable, and binary. For should, responses should include eTag. Tests verify presence by default and check documented exceptions. For may, clients may retry once after timeout. If implemented, tests confirm the single retry. If not, no failure. Keep verbs concrete. Return, include, retry, encrypt, log. Avoid fuzzy add-ons like where feasible. Each sentence should map to a straightforward assertion. Give every modal statement a traceable test case. Link the requirement ID to its test ID so auditors and reviewers can follow the chain. Define pass/fail conditions in measurable terms. Status codes, time limits, formats, thresholds. Example: must encrypt with AES 256 maps to a crypto check that inspects the algorithm. For should items, record the exception rationale, date, owner, and mitigation. This preserves context when teams change. Keep a living matrix. Requirement right pointing arrow. Test right pointing arrow. Result right pointing arrow notes. Traceability turns specs into a reliable delivery system. Mixing modals in one requirement. Must, but should, splits enforcement. Write separate lines. Vague verbs like handle, support, properly, as needed. Replace with specific actions and measurable outcomes. Return, reject, within 200 milliseconds, up to 5 megabytes. Hidden exceptions. If you know about an edge case, state it. Should compress, except on devices without hardware acceleration. Conditional must, without clarity. State the condition precisely. One sentence doing too much. Break into testable units so each line maps to one assertion. Is the behavior mandatory and release blocking? Use must. Is it a preferred default with allowed documented exceptions? Use should. Is it truly optional, with no failure if absent? Use MA. Can a tester write a binary assertion from your sentence? If not, rewrite. Are verbs specific and measurable? Replace fuzzy terms. Is there a trace from requirement to test and result? Add links. Apply this checklist during reviews, and you'll ship specs that are clear, testable, and trusted.